Grab Jamie Richards to talk around racing tomorrow. And Jamie, there's a bit of interest coming up. First of all, let's talk about what's happened today in Sydney. You've had sort of stake go around in a trial, finishing fourth in that heat. What did you make of his effort today?
Yeah, I thought it was a nice trial, Aidan. Kieran McAvoy had his first sort of sit on him for us. Sort of jumped away nicely, sat on the outside of stay inside, and just sort of travelled well, held his spot. Had to give him a little bit of a push along up the straight just to, give him a nice hit out. But obviously he does wear the hood on race day and didn't have that on today. So to be finishing alongside the slipper winner, who was hard held, in all fairness, to be finishing alongside him, I didn't think was a bad effort.
Yep, it sort of suggests that he's travelled over there okay. What are the plans for him in Australia?
So he'll go to the San Domenico, which will be moved from Rosehill to Kim Grange next Saturday, the 28th. So that's where he's going to kick off. And then he'll follow a traditional route, probably through the Run to the Rose and into the Golden Rose, all going well. But look, we're under no illusions about how difficult this task is. There's a great crop of 3-year-olds over there at the moment. A couple of headliners in the Godolphin horse and Remark alongside Stay Inside who are all going there. So it's going to be a white hot field, and he's going to have to be right at the top of his game.
Yep, but you're happy with him. Obviously, you wouldn't have gone if you weren't pleased with him and thinking that he can be competitive.
Yeah, we've got to give him his chance, don't we? He's a Group 1 winner in New Zealand, and we've got to give him a chance to build on his resume over there and hopefully cement a place at Cambridge Stud when he's finished. So, the horse is going well. He's open to a fair bit more improvement yet. He's only had a couple of quiet trials here and a more serious one today, and he's just starting to shift his coat a bit more now. So it's all in front of him in the next 3 or 4 weeks.
Okay, the other horse you've got in Sydney is Entriviere. We've heard that she's just had a little bit of a hiccup leading into tomorrow's first up run. What's the latest on her?
So, she worked on Thursday morning. James came in and rode her. She went half a mile, 3/4 and snuck up the straight a bit. And James was really happy with her. And just when she got back to the stable, she's just favouring her off front foot a little bit. So had the vet there and the farrier and got that shoe off and iced and poulticed that up for the last 24 hours. And not far away from getting a shoe back on that now and then knowing exactly where we are. So I'd say she's probably 50-50 at the moment. Just annoying little thing that is going to be nothing in 3 or 4 days, but it's just happened, right at the wrong time. So we'll keep everybody updated there as best as we can, and when we know any more, we'll probably leave a decision until tomorrow morning. But yeah, we'll know a bit more once we trot her up first thing tomorrow.
What's your contingency plan, Jamie?
Probably just have to take it a little bit quietly with her. There's not really a race for her next week. I guess the next logical target for her is probably the Te Akau in 3 weeks' time, which is a set weights and penalties, fillies and mares 1200. So probably look to give her another trial, in between times just to keep her up to the mark and probably head that way if that's the way it ended up.
Okay, you've also got another couple of horses in Australia, in Melbourne. You've got Probabeel and Kahma Lass who have travelled this week. Just tell us around logistics there. Was it okay getting them into Australia?
Yeah, we were pretty lucky, Aidan, really. Like Ashley Handley, she left here on Tuesday and managed to sort of sneak in without having to do the quarantine and get the test and provide a negative one, and then she was sort of free to go. So, we were quite lucky that Ashley was able to get in first and foremost, and then the horses got in on Wednesday. So they've had a couple of quiet days. Probably was going to do some work tomorrow and again Tuesday, probably head to Caulfield on Tuesday and do some work there as she gets ready to run first up in the Cochrane Stakes at Caulfield next Saturday, which is a fillies and mares 1200 metre race. She's going to have to carry a bit of weight in that race, but we just had a little bit of a hold up with the high temperature, so I don't think the Memsies is the right thing to do by her at this stage. So 1200 first up for her at Caulfield next Saturday, and Kahma Lass will probably run the following week at the Valley on a listed 1200 metre race. We're just going to keep it pretty quiet with her, and just, she needs to put her hand up before we get too carried away.
Okay, we were there on Tuesday morning and watched Probabeel work. She looked really bright too.
Yeah, she's in good shape. She wants a couple of good hit-outs tomorrow and again Tuesday, just to make sure that she's right where she needs to be, because she's big and posing sort of mare now, and don't want to be going in there, sort of half done. So looks like Damien Lane's going to ride her for us. Obviously knows her well. So we're looking forward to cracking on with it, because she's an excitement machine. She's a great mare.
Yep, fingers crossed we get racing sort of continuing as it is at the moment. Jamie, really appreciate your time.
Thank you.